Welcome to Two Film Buffs. Let's take a look at the best films coming to screens in 2024.
Wow!
Already in cinemas, The Merc with a Mouth is back, and so is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. The first Deadpool movie since Disney bought Fox will certainly be a sight to behold, as the Ryan Reynolds-led franchise is beloved for its R-rated humour. How that will blend with the MCU's PG-13 tone is a mystery, as is how and why Jackman has returned as Wolverine, though the trailer does reveal the involvement of the TVA as seen in Loki, so there may be a hint. Get ready for some outer space shenanigans as Eli Roth directs this adaptation of the popular and wacky video game series. The cast features big names like Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart and Jack Black, plus the film was written by Craig Mazin, who recently turned The Last of Us into a huge hit as a TV series. M. Night Shyamalan's latest film is more of an intimate thriller, centering on a father played by Josh Hartnett who takes his daughter to a pop concert, only to find out it's a setup to catch a notorious serial killer rumoured to be there. The twist? Hartnett's character is the killer, but with Shyamalan at the helm you can bet that's not the only surprise in store. The new film from the Don't Breathe director Fede Alvarez follows a group of young people in a distant world who find themselves facing off against the most terrifying life form in the universe. It's great to see the Alien franchise back, but it will serve as a standalone story between Alien 1 and 2. Drawing inspiration from the same comic book series as the 1994 classic with Brandon Lee, this new version stars Bill Skarsgård as Eric Draven, also known as The Crow. Directed by Rupert Sanders, the talent behind Snow White and the Huntsman and Ghost in the Shell, this adaptation is set to bring a new exciting twist to a beloved story. When Sony decided to shift Kraven the Hunter from its August 30th release date, they filled the slot with a horror film by writer-director Chris Weitz, known for About a Boy and writer of The Creator. The movie stars Catherine Waterston, John Cho and Keith Carradine. Much like last year's hit Megan, this story centers around a young family whose cutting-edge AI home assistant starts developing a mind of its own. Tim Burton and Michael Keaton are teaming up once again to bring back one of Burton's early iconic characters in the sequel to the 1988 Beetlejuice. Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara are also returning to reprise their roles as Lydia and Delia Dietz, with Jenna Ortega joining the cast as Lydia's daughter. James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis star in this remake of the 2022 Danish psychological thriller. The story follows a married couple with kids who meet another family on vacation. They accept an invitation to visit their home later, only to sense increasingly unsettling vibes behind their host's hospitality. Directed by James Watkins, known for the chilling Eden Lake, The Woman in Black, and the dark Black Mirror episode Shut Up and Dance, this film promises to keep you on the edge of your seat. The Transformers franchise is going back to its origins with an animated prequel that delves into the beginnings of Cybertron and the epic rivalry between Optimus Prime and Megatron. Separate from the live-action films, this exciting new installment is directed by Toy Story 4's Josh Cooley. Chris Hemsworth lends his voice to Optimus Prime, while Brian Tyree Henry voices Megatron. Director Todd Phillips is back with a sequel to the hugely successful R-rated take on the iconic Batman villain that earned Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar for Best Actor. In Folie à Deux, Phoenix will be joined by Lady Gaga as his complicated love interest Harley Quinn. But here's a twist, the film is reportedly going to be a musical. Tom Hardy is back for the third installment of the Spider-Man adjacent anti-hero franchise, focusing on San Francisco reporter bonded with an alien symbiote. This time, writer Kelly Marcel takes the director's chair. Details about the plot are still under wraps, so I'm sure we're in for some surprises. It's time for the long-awaited Gladiator 2. Ridley Scott is back to direct the sequel to the historical epic Gladiator. This time the story centers on a grown-up Lucius, now the Emperor, played by Paul Mescal. Connie Nielsen will also return as Lucia, and we will see a gladiator, Denzel Washington. The iconic Broadway musical that reimagines the story of the Wicked Witch of the West is being adapted into a two-part film. Director John M. Chun, known for Crazy Rich Asians and In the Heights, will take us to the world of Oz, with Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda. In February, Disney surprised fans with the exciting news of a sequel to their 2016 film Moana, set to release in theaters this November. The sequel will be directed by David Derrick Jr., known for his work on How to Train a Dragon, and Disney projects like Raya the Last Dragon, Encanto, and the original Moana. While the cast hasn't been officially announced yet, it's expected that Ali Carvalho and Dwayne Johnson will return as Moana and Maui. Initially planned for the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man series before it was shelved by Sony, this classic Spidey villain is finally getting his own big screen debut. Directed by J.C. Chandor, known for All Is Lost and Triple Frontier, the film will star Aaron Taylor Johnson, who you might remember as Pietro Maximoff or Quicksilver in Avengers Age of Ultron. The live-action Lion King, which to be clear was fully computer generated, is getting a prequel that delves into the backstory of Simba's father, Mufasa. While James Earl Jones, the iconic voice of Mufasa in both the original and the remake, won't be voicing the younger version of Mufasa, Aaron Pierre will step into the role. Kelvin Harrison Jr. will portray Scar, known as Taka, during the events of the film. The Sonic the Hedgehog film series is racing ahead with its third installment, likely bringing back Ben Schwartz as Sonic, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails, and Idris Elba as Knuckles. Jim Carrey, who played the dastardly Dr. Robotnik in the first two movies, might not return as he's hinted at retiring from acting, but don't worry, Sonic will still face some tough competition as Sonic 2's post-credit scene introduced a new villain, Shadow the Hedgehog. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like a video and put in the comments any of the films that I may have missed, and we will see you
later on the menu.